The most important day for all ecom brands is coming up fast. Black Friday. Last year, US shoppers spent more than $9 billion in just 24 hours. And those are real hard numbers. But the real question is, are you ready to dominate Black Friday? Or are you going to watch all of your competitors make all the money? If you don't know me, I'm Andrej Tomachovic, founder of HoloGrowth. Over the past few years, I've helped scale brands like BALOLO and go from 158K to over 1.5 million per month in revenue. Or brands like Nooktails go from 45K per month to over 500K per month in revenue in only 70 days, as well as dozens of others. And in this video, I'm going to give you the exact playbook to dominate Black Friday with Meta ads and Google ads. Not only to get you one good sales day, but to help you push your brands towards the 1 million per month milestone. Because that's what we're all about on this channel, getting you that 1 million per month mark. Here's the truth. Most brands completely fumble this opportunity. They make the same silly mistakes I see over and over. They pump cash into creatives without proper testing. They launch completely new creatives, completely new offers on Black Friday without having a proper structure before and without being able to test what works and what doesn't. Their mobile site just completely crashes on Black Friday and they see their customer acquisition costs go up, their return ad spend go down, and profitability just tanks. And customers end up buying from someone else, someone who actually had a plan. I've seen it happen hundreds of times. Black Friday needs a system. And it's why so many founders feel capped at 50 to 100K per month in revenue. But the good news is, Black Friday doesn't have to be chaos. If you go in with a system, it could be the moment where your brands get through the revenue plateau. We had so many brands that were stuck at a certain revenue level. It might be 50K, it might be 100K, it might be 500K per month. And we used the opportunity of Black Friday to get them through that plateau, get them to completely new heights in terms of revenue, and then be able to keep the revenue higher than it was before, higher than the baseline. And they were able to massively scale their brand. And that's exactly what we're going to cover. A 3-step framework to dominate Black Friday, avoid all of the common pitfalls, and have a clear roadmap to continue scaling after the Black Friday weekend. At HoloGrowth, we use what I call the holistic 3-layer growth system. It's the same framework that helped my client Globetrotter grow 40% year over year, and it's the exact same framework that will allow you to have the most profitable Black Friday ever. Here's how it works step by step. Step 1, pre-Black Friday funnel prep. Why timing matters. The brands that win Black Friday don't start in November. They start weeks, sometimes even months in advance. You need time to build hype, warm up your leads, prep the funnels. Waiting until November means showing up late to the party. You will have to come up with the offers, the creatives, prep the funnel, check the landing pages, optimize everything, test everything, all at the same time, and you'll not have enough time and enough bandwidth to do all of that. And that means you'll not get the best possible results. You should use Meta video ads with quick attention-grabbing hooks and quick teasers to make sure you can build up the hype in advance. You should target broad audience and potentially even retarget some website visitors, but those who didn't buy, to make sure that they know that there is something coming up soon. On Google, you should already line up search campaigns for terms related to Black Friday. So Black Friday offers, Black Friday products related to your industry, your product category. There are early planners, people that are already searching for those things right now, and you should be the brand that they find. And then there's obviously your site. Page speed, mobile checkout, clarity. If all of those things aren't flawless, you're just leaving money on the table. I've watched brands lose tens of thousands, sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars just because their checkout lags a couple of seconds. The pro move is also to capture emails early. Start building out a bigger email list for Black Friday. Offer a sign-up discount or an exclusive early access to the Black Friday sale. And make sure to tease your deals to that specific list weeks in advance of the event. By the time Black Friday hits, you'll have a warmed up list of people willing to make the purchase, not only for that one-day spike, but also as the foundation for your 1 million per month brand. Step 2, Black Friday ad blitz. When the day hits, you go all in. On Meta, lean heavy into dynamic product ads. At the same time, you should be continuously running your best performing creatives. There's no reason to, during Black Friday, turn off your evergreen ads and your highest performing creatives. We usually see that the creatives that perform best not during the Black Friday, they will suddenly perform even better and even significantly stronger during the Black Friday period. If you can tweak them and make some small changes to make them Black Friday centric and make sure that you can add the offer to the evergreen best performing creatives, even better. But at the same time, still make sure to keep the existing one running, the one with all the social proof, all the engagement, all the history, and just keep that one running. And at the same time, launch additional Black Friday ads on top of that. Test as many different creatives as possible. Ideally, you should have done that weeks in advance and not on the day of Black Friday. But on Black Friday, make sure that you can scale the winners, ditch what doesn't work. During Black Friday, everyone is in hyperactive buying mode. Everyone wants to get the best deals, find the best things, and spend as much money as humanly possible. And therefore, there's no reason to only target people who have previously visited the site. You should make sure to target those and show them the ads as often as humanly possible. But at the same time, target completely new people and expand your funnel and not only limit it to a small audience that you already have. On top of that, the ads should make the deadline crystal clear. Make sure that they have as much urgency and scarcity as possible and show that, for example, there's only 24 hours left, only a few hours left, or the offer ends at midnight on Monday. Make sure that there is a clear deadline and that the customers see that they have to place the order now. They have to make the purchase now. Otherwise, they'll not be able to get that deal. On Google, make sure to add the promotion to as many assets, as many ads as humanly possible. Add the promotion extension to the whole account. Make sure that you switch out the headlines and the descriptions to show the offer, show the promotion. Make sure to add a countdown to the ads, to the search ads that shows how long the promotion is still running. Then on the Google Shopping ads, make sure that you optimize the listings and add to the listings that there is a Black Friday promotion going on. We use Data Feed Watch as our feed management tool, and we are able to edit the titles, the descriptions, and the images of the products dynamically. And we want to make sure that we show the promotion, show the offer as clearly as humanly possible so that everyone really sees it and that our listings and our ads really stand out compared to what everyone else is doing. And you obviously have to watch your customer acquisition cost. The key is to watch your numbers like a hawk. If the customer acquisition cost goes too high, then you have to make changes and pivot. If the ads are performing well and if you're acquiring customers profitably, you should scale up as aggressively as possible. There is this rule on Meta that you shouldn't increase the budget by more than 20% every few days to not disrupt the learning phase. On Black Friday, that doesn't count. We want to be as aggressive as possible and do what is called blitz scaling or surf scaling and ramp up the budget as aggressively as possible. And when I say that, I mean that. On Black Friday, we oftentimes double the budget every few hours, like every 1 or 2 hours. We look at all the numbers, we see whether the customer acquisition cost is profitable, whether it's below our targets. And if yes, we double the budget. Then after 1 or 2 hours, we check the account again. We see, is it still doing well? If yes, we double the budget. And that's how we can unlock massive scale and break the brands through ceilings that they've never seen before because we're so aggressive. And that's how we can get the brands those crazy results during Black Friday. The only problem with that is if you scale your budget so aggressively and increase it by so much, Meta will not even be able to spend all of it. That's why in the weeks coming up to Black Friday, you should already try to ramp up the ad spend as much as possible so that you don't have to 20x, 30x the budget on one single day. And you have to make sure that all the preparations are in place for you to be able to do that. And obviously, as soon as you notice that the customer acquisition cost is too high or that the ads are not profitable enough, you need to pivot. You need to kill what doesn't work. You have to scale back and make sure that you're scaling profitably. That's how you ride the wave profitably instead of sinking under it. Black Friday isn't the time for patience. It's wartime. Rapid testing, rapid scaling, and rapid cuts. You have to be aggressive or you'll just get buried in the noise. Step 3. Post-Black Friday, retention and scaling. Now, here's where most brands mess up. They treat Black Friday as a finish line. It's not. It's the starting point for long-term growth. You have to retarget your Black Friday buyers with upsells and bundles. You need to push the customer lifetime value while you're still top of mind. You also need to set up Google remarketing for people who visited the website but didn't end up buying. Oftentimes, they're still comparing. You need to stay in their feed until they convert, or at least until they remember your name. And you need to lock in customer loyalty with email. A simple thank you sequence, plus a repeat purchase incentive, like 10% off if they reorder in the next 7 days, might be the difference between a one-time customer and a repeat customer that will become a raving fan of your brand and who will have a massive customer lifetime value. We use this exact approach with BALOLO and scaled them to 1.5 million per month in revenue. Not because of one big sales day, but because we maximize the value of every new customer. Now, if you don't just want to survive Black Friday, but actually use it to scale your brand towards that 1 million per month mark, here's how we can help. At HoloGrowth, we put together a custom 90-day scaling roadmap for e-commerce brands. It's a 2-hour deep dive where I personally go through your ad accounts, your funnel, and your numbers. Together, we'll pinpoint exactly where you're leaking revenue and where the biggest opportunities for growth are. Some brands just take this roadmap and run with it by themselves, and others decide to work with us together to implement it. Either way, you walk away with a clear profit-first path to growth. Not a generic PDF, but a tailored action map for your brand. If you're ready for that, click the link in the description. Anyways, back to the video. Black Friday mistakes that can tank your sales. I now want to call out the top mistakes that tank sales on Black Friday so that you can avoid them and keep momentum going towards the 1 million per month target. Strategic testing drives ecom success. Brands drop tens of thousands of dollars on creators that they haven't tested before and just hope that something sticks. They hope that something works. Whereas the winners, they test small, oftentimes weeks in advance of Black Friday to figure out what works and then double down on that. And they scale those winners. You have to make sure to be able to make quick, data-driven decisions. If your customer acquisition costs shoots above the break even, you have to make quick changes or even kill the campaign. Don't wait, don't hope. Hope is not a strategy. With AlgoRx, for example, we unlocked massive growth by making quick data-driven decisions and cutting the losers, cutting the waste that didn't work, and scaling what worked, scaling the winners. And that's how they went from 70K per month to over 300K per month in revenue in only 7 months. Mobile optimization is critical for conversion success. Even if your ads crush, you have the best creators in the world. If your website is not working and the mobile site is slow or not optimized, you'll just lose so much money. Over 60% of traffic is mobile, with some brands where it's even 70 or 80% of traffic that is mobile. If your site is slow or your checkout is clunky, you're done. We scaled night operators from 64K per month to 221K per month in revenue in only 2 months, and optimizing the mobile site was responsible for a huge part of that lift. Before we started working together, their mobile site wasn't optimized. The hero section had no clear USP, no social proof, no benefit-driven headline, and the call to action wasn't enticing at all. Implementing those changes allowed us to improve the conversion rate and with that increase the return on ad spend and decrease the customer acquisition cost. With that, we were able to scale more aggressively and 3.5x the brand's revenue in only 2 months. You have to make sure to test your website, test your funnel across multiple devices before the day hits. And then don't treat it like a one-day event. Too many brands just take the money and disappear. The ones who keep winning retarget those buyers, offer them upsells, cross-sells, bundles, and make sure that they come back to turn that spike into recurring revenue. That's how you build momentum towards an 8-figure brand and not just do a quick cash grab. If you're an e-commerce founder still under the 1 million per month mark, I've got something tailored for you that will help you break through that barrier. I've put together a full meta ads guide showing you the exact step-by-step to get your brand to 1 million per month in revenue. This guide is 100% free and it dives deep into the proven methods that I've used to scale over 50 different e-commerce brands to massive success. You can grab it right now. The link is in the description. Now, let's get back to the video. You've got the frameworks and you've got the mistakes to avoid. Now let's talk about the edge. Those extra moves that separate brands that just have a good Black Friday from the ones that set record-breaking months. If you're only running ads to a specific audience, if you're only using a specific attribution model, and if you're only running one offer across all of Black Friday, you're leaving money on the table. You should test different attribution models, like run campaigns with 1-day click, 7-day click, 7-day click plus 1-day view and incremental attribution to make sure you can really maximize the success and maximize the efficiency of your campaigns. On top of that, you should not just run one Black Friday offer. Ideally, you should test multiple offers in advance, see what is the most efficient, what is the most effective at acquiring new customers profitably, and then you should go all in on that. At the same time, right after Black Friday, there is Cyber Monday and then the gifting season. For those, you should have separate offers, different offers that shouldn't be better than Black Friday, but they should be different. For Maximilian Equestrian, implementing those strategies is what drove over 120% year-over-year growth. Then you have to layer in urgency across the whole funnel. Getting people to click is one thing. Getting them to buy is something entirely different. That's where urgency has to carry throughout the whole funnel. Add countdown timers on your landing pages. Add scarcity by showing the limited quantities left. For example, only 10 pieces left. You have to make sure though that scarcity and that urgency is real. Your customers don't want to find out that you just lied to them and that you just said there are only 10 pieces left and when in reality there were hundreds of products still left. That's not something that you want to do. You want to have a good relationship with your customers. You want to build a long-term business here, not just do a quick cash grab. So make sure you're honest. But just sprinkling in those urgency and scarcity triggers across your ads, your messaging, your website, your landing page, your checkout process. Those are all small details, small changes that lead to huge improvements in the conversion rate. And with that, you don't even have to say that it's limited stock. You don't have to say how much stock there is. Just showing that it's currently in stock automatically implies that it might be out of stock. It might not be always in stock. And that can improve your conversion rate. People move fast when they feel like time is running out. And that doesn't end once they click the ad. There were so many cases where we run a promotion for a certain period of time, let's say 7 days. And on the last day, we see a huge influx in sales. And in the last hour of the sale, we see another influx of sales. People want to buy when it's really, really urgent. They want to make sure that it's a last chance and then they will place the order. Then they have to make that decision. They can't wait. They can't prolong it. So that's when they will buy. And then you have to make sure to leverage Performance Max on Google. Performance Max lets you run ads on Google Search, display, YouTube, video, shopping, and more with just one campaign. When optimized properly, it's a traffic machine. It's a customer acquisition engine. We use this with Couch House and hit a 9x return ad spend in just 3 months. Pair it with tight budget controls, daily optimizations, and you'll squeeze every drop of value out of the Black Friday rush. Why acting now is critical. Every founder tells themselves they'll get to it soon, but Black Friday doesn't wait. Your competitors are already planning campaigns, testing creatives, testing offers, building their lists. Every day you delay, they get further ahead. And when the sales rush hits, the gap only widens. So ask yourself, where do you want to be when the year closes? Still juggling high customer acquisition costs and flatlining growth, or hitting that 1 million per month mark? So that's the blueprint that I would use if I would be in your shoes this Black Friday. Follow these steps, avoid the common traps, and you'll set yourself up to push hard towards that 1 million per month milestone. But if you really want to make this work, you'll need more than just a Black Friday plan. You will need a funnel that actually captures the value of every single customer. That's exactly what I covered in this video. How to structure your funnel so that you're not only increasing return on ad spend on the front end, but also maximizing customer lifetime value on the back end.